All right, so today we're going to tackle a topic that sounds super technical, but I promise you it's really all about a huge business evolution. We're talking about ERP implementation. And look, don't think of this as just, installing some new software. We're going to look at this as a journey that takes a business that's growing and maybe feeling a little chaotic and transforms it into something streamlined and ready for the future. You ready? Let's get into it.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about those classic growing pains that pretty much every business feels. Then we'll get clear on what exactly an ERP is. After that, we're going to walk step by step through the 9 stages of putting one in place. And finally, we'll check out the amazing results and help you figure out if this is the right move for your business. Okay, let's paint a picture here. Your business is taking off. Orders are flying in, you're hiring new people, things are growing. Awesome, right? But behind the curtain, it might feel a little hectic. That success, it often brings a whole new brand of problems, a kind of chaos that can get out of hand fast.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've got your finance team using one set of numbers, and the sales team has a completely different set. Your inventory data, oh, that's in a spreadsheet somewhere. And HR info is in its own separate system way over there, right? This is what we call data silos. And honestly, they put the brakes on a growing business faster than anything. It's this exact problem that makes so many companies start looking for a much, much better way to do things. And that brings us right to the solution: enterprise resource planning, or as you'll hear it, ERP. This is the tool that's specifically designed to step in and bring some serious order to all that chaos we were just talking about. It's all about creating one single source of truth for your entire company. So what is it really? Well, at its heart, an ERP is all about pulling your core business processes together into one single unified system. The best way to think about it is like the central nervous system of your company. It connects absolutely everything, letting information flow where it needs to go, so the entire organization can finally work in sync. And the whole point is to get better visibility, automate more stuff, and ultimately make smarter decisions.
And when we say everything, we mean the real heavy hitters of your business. We're talking finance, HR, your entire supply chain, sales and CRM, inventory, procurement, you name it. Instead of every department living on its own little island, an ERP builds bridges between all of them, putting everyone on the same cohesive platform.
Now, you don't just flip a switch and go from a bunch of disconnected systems to one unified powerhouse. It's a journey. But the good news is it's not some big mystery. It's a structured, proven process. So let's break down this 9-step roadmap, which we can actually group into 3 main phases. Okay, so everything kicks off with phase 1. Strategy and selection. And you got to get this part right because it is the foundation for everything else. Seriously, it's absolutely crucial. First up, you have to dig deep and analyze what your business actually needs. What are your goals? What are the biggest headaches you're facing right now? Then you build a solid strategic plan, a real roadmap with timelines and milestones. And only after all that do you even start thinking about picking the right system, whether it's an SAP, an Oracle, an Odoo, or something else that's the perfect fit for you. Once that strategy is locked in, we dive into phase 2, building and testing. This is where you roll up your sleeves and do the hands-on work. You've got to securely move all your existing data over. Then you customize the software so it actually fits how you work. And then you test and test and test again. You have to be sure every single feature works exactly like it's supposed to before you even think about going live. And that leads us to the final phase, phase 3, deployment and support. A great launch is so much more than just flipping a switch. It means thorough training so that your whole team feels confident and ready to go from day 1. And then, after that big go-live moment, the journey isn't over. It continues with ongoing support, updates, and monitoring to make sure that system keeps running perfectly and delivering real value. Okay, so you've navigated that whole 9-step journey. What's at the end of the road? What's the real why behind all this work? Well, it's all about unlocking the true potential of your business. Potential for growth, for efficiency, for just about everything. The difference is really night and day. You go from those frustrating data silos to one central place where everyone can access what they need. You trade in all those tedious manual tasks for automated workflows that boost productivity. And instead of waiting around for reports, you get real-time insights so you can make smart decisions on the fly. Bottom line, you're swapping redundancies for serious cost and time savings across the entire company. And here's the cool part. This is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. An ERP molds itself to your industry. For a manufacturer, it's about unifying the whole production line. For a retailer, it's connecting all the stores, warehouses, and the website. In healthcare, it could integrate patient records with billing and staffing. And for a logistics company, it's all about getting total visibility over the whole supply chain. It's tailored to solve your specific problems.
So, we've walked through the problem, the solution, the whole process, and the payoff. The last big question is really for you to think about. Is this the right journey for your business right now? It's time to do a little reflecting.
You know, there's a quote that just perfectly captures what this is all about. It says, an ERP adapts quickly to changing market demands with a flexible ERP system that scales effortlessly as your business expands globally. So, you see, it's not just about fixing the problems you have today, it's about building a flexible foundation so you're ready for whatever comes next. So I'm going to leave you with a final thought to chew on. If you could wave a magic wand and instantly bring just one part of your business into a single unified system, whether that's finance, inventory, or sales, which one would it be? Really think about it. Answering that one question could be the very first step on your own transformation journey. Thanks for joining me.